On the one hand, the Tories are asking people to put their faith in the most incompetent Foreign Secretary in a century. A man who has made a career out of lying, who has spent his week avoiding the media, staging photos and playing to the extreme delusions of the Tory shires. On the other hand, we have the most incompetent Health Secretary in our history. A man who writes books on privatising our NHS. Mr. Speaker, the Conservatives clearly don't like the truth.
My argument to the Chancellor, my argument to the Treasury, is that a pound spent in Croydon is far more value to the country from strict utilitarian calculus than a pound spent in Strathclyde. Indeed, you will generate jobs and growth in Strathclyde far more effectively if you invest in Hackney or in Croydon or in other parts of London.
Obviously, I congratulate Boris Johnson on his election as Tory party leader. Despite our differences, and we have many of them, I'll do everything I can to develop a way of working with him that is constructive and protects and respects Scotland's interests and views. But of course, I can't deny, it would be hypocritical to deny the fact that I have profound concerns about the prospect of Boris Johnson as Prime Minister. You know, the vast majority of people in Scotland, had they been given any choice, which they weren't, wouldn't have chosen to hand the keys to number 10 to somebody with Boris Johnson's views and track record. 62% of people voted against Brexit. A similar proportion voted for anti-Brexit parties in the recent European elections. My job as First Minister of Scotland is to represent those views and to do everything I can to avoid Scotland being taken out of the EU against our will, and in particular to block any attempt to take the UK out of the EU with no deal. Because Boris Johnson, no matter how hard he might try, cannot maintain that he's got a mandate for a no-deal Brexit. Our job is not to just always look for the least worst option. I'm maybe old-fashioned in politics, but I still think the job of politicians should be to work for and campaign for and argue for the best for the people that they represent. And for Scotland, that is not leaving the EU at all. Now, you know, Boris Johnson has said that he's determined to leave on the 31st of October with no deal. Well, I'll put him on notice that me, my government, the SNP will do everything we can to block that, because it would be catastrophic for people's jobs and livelihoods and living standards. It would have, you know, a modern country like the UK talking about whether they could secure medicine supplies. It defies logic and common sense.
Are you pleased with your job, sir? Are you pleased with your job, Foreign Secretary?
Really good man is going to be the Prime Minister of the UK now, Boris Johnson. man. He's tough and he's smart. They're saying Britain Trump. They call him Britain Trump, and people are saying that's a good thing. That they like me over there. That's what they wanted. That's what they need.